How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021.
The bell's been rung.
So Zack Snyder's Justice League is the latest film in the DC Extended Universe. Technically, when this movie came out, I think this was like the 5th film in the DC Extended Universe, but now that the re-release of this director's cut, this is technically the latest film or version of the DC Extended Universe. Of course, you have Henry Cavill as Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ray Fisher as Cyborg, Ezra Miller as The Flash, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman. The whole team is here. And of course, there's more side characters in this film. So the story behind this movie, this was the version we were supposed to get back in 2017 when it came out, of course. But during production, Zack Snyder had to deal with his personal family tragedy, so he had to step down from the project. He left, so basically he left. Warner Brothers hired a new director for Justice League, and they hired Joss Whedon, who created Buffy the Vampire Slayer and who was responsible for the first 2 Avengers movies. So pretty much when this movie came out, a lot of fans hated it. They knew this wasn't Zack Snyder's vision. They knew that it wasn't the Justice League that they deserved. So of course, as soon as this movie came out, that's why people were hashtagging release the Snyder Cut. For many years, Warner Brothers ignored their fans and just didn't care. They just went along with their version pretty much. And of course, there was some drama behind the scenes between Joss Whedon and of course the Justice League actors. So there was some drama behind that. Warner Brothers didn't care. They had their own agenda. And eventually, years later, T-Mobile, it was either T-Mobile or AT&T with HBO Max. Pretty much, they decided to release Zack Snyder's vision for this movie. So basically, they gave him the privilege to finish the movie and finally get his vision out there. That's what I'm trying to say. And it paid off. It really did. This movie is amazing. Even after the success of getting so many subscriptions from viewers who are subscribing to HBO Max, the number of subscriptions, the number of views, the number of streaming this movie, just everything, the numbers. Warner Brothers still doesn't care of restoring the Snyderverse. They still don't care of making a Justice League 2, a Justice League 3. They don't care. They, like I said, they have their own plans to do. They have their own agenda for their own movies that are probably going to suck. Maybe not all of them, but I know some of them will guarantee suck.
Out in the dark, among the stars, the god is dead.
But that's why people are trying to hashtag restore the Snyderverse, because this movie was so good that people are making petitions to get Justice League 2 and 3 so that way his vision, his trilogy can be completed. We'll see what happens. There are talks where if someone's going to offer him that Justice League 2 or 3 idea, he'll do it. So hopefully Discovery, I think it was Discovery, and Warner Media will just do that for him. I mean, the plot for this movie is basically the same thing as the 2017 version. After Superman's death, the world is just different. The world is mourning for Superman's death. Batman's trying to build up a team because he knows that he has a gut feeling that someone or something's going to invade Earth, like something dark. And his suspicions were right. And Wonder Woman tells him that they're not coming, Bruce. They're already here. So pretty much the apocalypse world is trying to take over planets. That's what they've been doing for centuries. So now that Superman, the Kryptonian, is dead, the one person that's strong enough to defend Earth, or no Green Lanterns. Yes, they mentioned Green Lanterns in this movie. That Steppenwolf, which is the main villain in this movie, he's basically Darkseid's right hand or left hand, whatever. He's his companion pretty much. Like I said, Darkseid, he is the main boss, main villain of this whole DC Extended Universe. He's basically DC's version of Thanos, but that's him. And of course, he has other minions such as Badass Desaad, Badass Granny Goodness, and then of course, like I said, the main villain in this movie. It's not Darkseid. Darkseid's still in this cut. Darkseid wasn't in the original 2017 cut, which there's a lot of characters in this movie were cut from the 2017 Joss Whedon cut from when it came out in theaters. So that's why people are making fun of the 2017 version, because the movie sucks. Too many jokes, too colorful. Some of the scenes that were added didn't make any sense, etc. And they went far beyond to make fun of it, calling it Justice League instead of Justice League. Yeah, Steppenwolf is Darkseid's right hand, and Steppenwolf is pretty much, there's a backstory where he was banished from the apocalypse, and the only thing he can make up to Darkseid if he takes over another planet, which is the planet has 3 mother boxes, and of course if he gathers those 3 mother boxes, then that's when they can throw apocalypse on Earth pretty much. The 3 mother boxes basically is like DC's version of like Infinity Stones from Marvel. That's the best way I can describe it. Darkseid wants to take over the planet, and Steppenwolf is there to fulfill Darkseid's dream or prophecy. And like I said, in the meantime, Batman's recruiting Aquaman, the Flash, Cyborg, and then just all the other characters. And this is the first time, like, genuinely, I mean, of course, Aquaman, Flash, and like Cyborg, they were in other movies, but like cameos. This is the first genuine movie they're in that they're the main focus pretty much, which is really cool. And each of these characters have their own side story or backstory. It's just like the 2017 version of Justice League, like they didn't really go, the film or that version didn't really go in depth or in details with the 3 new characters in this team. They didn't like explore the origins of these characters or just the depth of these characters pretty much. But while in this version, Zack Snyder's cut, they totally tell you the whole backstory of Cyborg. They give you more scenes with the Flash. And of course, now that we have an Aquaman solo film, they do introduce Willem Dafoe's character, and then you have Amber Heard's character, Mera, which is really cool. So they just focused more on their stories, and then they go back to the team, and then there's this movie is 4 hours long. It's worth it, because it really does like go in depth with all these characters, even the villains too, their backstories, just more context, more dialogue, just more of everything. It just feels more fleshed out, while the 2017 was just a rush. It was a rush, and it didn't make any sense with the edits and the new scenes they added in. It was just a mess.
I had a dream. Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
My lord, this world will fall.
So, yeah, it's the same thing. Bruce unites the Justice League. The Justice League is fighting Steppenwolf and his parademons, and then of course Steppenwolf fails. But in this movie, Steppenwolf does fail. Yes, he does fail again, but he gets beheaded by Wonder Woman. And then as one of the mother boxes opens up a boom tomb, you'll see Darkseid on the other side, which is really cool. And of course, yeah, like I said, Superman does get his black suit in this one, because in the last movie, he did get resurrected by the team. In this movie, like, it's not really different. He does get resurrected again, but this time he does get the black suit, and he doesn't have a CGI jawline, which was really cringy to watch in the original version. He had a CGI like mouth, jawline. It was just horrible. But now his bottom face is not CGI. He has the appropriate black suit, back from the dead. Because the reason why they even resurrected Superman is because they're not strong enough to defeat Steppenwolf, so they have no choice to bring back Superman with the mother box, or one of the mother boxes. So yeah, that's pretty much the plot for Justice League. Did I enjoy this movie? Yes. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This is pretty much, like, honestly, one of the best comic book movies ever made. One of the best movies ever made. One of the best DC movies ever made. And this is truly one of Zack Snyder's best work, in my opinion. And this movie is probably the best DC movie in the DC Extended Universe, in my opinion. It's, I don't know, it's better than Man of Steel. It's better than Batman v Superman. Those movies are good, but those movies are like a stepping stone. Like, it gets better and better as each Zack Snyder project goes along. You know what I mean? Like, Man of Steel was good. Batman vs Superman was really good. This movie is a masterpiece. It just gets better and better. It's really amazing. I like this movie. And this movie just, it felt more connected to his vision. Like, it felt more connected to Man of Steel. It definitely felt more connected to Batman vs. Superman, because the 2017 version of Justice League, it totally disregarded what Batman vs. Superman was building, especially the end. Like, the 2017 version of Steppenwolf, his look was shitty. But in Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Cut, if you watch the ending, Steppenwolf looks scarier. He looks different. So they brought back that look. They brought back that specific design for this movie, the Zack Snyder version, which is really cool because Steppenwolf looks 10 times better than this version. Steppenwolf looked like shit back in 2017. I was so pissed off when I watched that in theaters. I was so enraged. That's a plus. I also liked how they brought Jared Leto's Joker back in this universe, or in this movie. Totally redeemed from Suicide Squad. The Joker, Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad, I mean, he did good of what he had to work with. Like, it just came out alright, especially how he looked. But in this movie, God, man, he just looks way better in this movie. He doesn't have that stupid face tattoos. His hair is longer. His lips looks like there's blood all over him. He looks scary, dude. He kind of reminds me of Marilyn Manson or The Nun. So that's how Joker looks in this movie, and that is amazing. And he gets one of the best lines in this movie. He gets the best dialogue between himself and Batman. Like, and this is the first time that you'll see Ben Affleck's Batman interacting with Jared Leto's Joker, which is really amazing. And of course you have Martian Manhunter in this movie, which is played by, I forgot his name, but yeah, I forgot his name. He was from Man of Steel and Batman vs. He's the guy who played the General in Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. So basically he was Martian Manhunter the whole time, which we all didn't know. It kind of feels like a plot hole too in the same time, because where was he during Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman? How come he didn't want to help? How come he just wanted to stick around just to be a boring human general? You know what I mean? Like, and now all of a sudden he's just like, all right, the world's in danger again for the third time. Now I'm gonna come out as Martian Manhunter. I don't know. I mean, it's cool that this guy was Martian Manhunter this whole time, but at the same time, it doesn't make any sense why he would show up now.
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
How do you know your team's strong enough?
But yes, I love how this movie literally takes place a few seconds after where Batman vs. Superman left off. When Superman died, his screams were the screams of the echoes, or what his echoing screams were like going across the planet. Everyone can hear Superman's screams. Like the Atlanteans they know, the Amazons know, even the dark side Apocalypse world knows. And that's why they showed up, because the bells had rung, as Lex Luthor would say, because they heard Superman's screams, the Kryptonians dead, and now they're going to take over or at least they want to take over the planet. And then, so the mother boxes are like the huge thing for Steppenwolf. Like, the mother boxes is the key for their salvation, the Apocalypse planet, so that they can overthrow the planet. The mother boxes are separated with the Amazons, with the humans, with the Atlanteans. And I also like how this film is just more fucking epic and more darker than the 2017 version. This movie's rated R. 3 F-bombs in this movie. Batman says, "I will fucking kill you," to be exact. Batman dropped the F-bomb. I was like, damn, this Batman's hella savage. I love it. So, this movie is darker. It's rated R. If anything, this movie's bloodier too. Like, it's really gory, bloody for a DC movie. It's really amazing.
Bring down the charging bull and don't wave the red cape at
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life.
Don't get me wrong, it's not as bloody as like V for Vendetta or Watchmen, but it's still up to that level. I'm like, damn, this is gnarly shit. I mean, what else can I say about this movie? Like I said, this movie's good. Cyborg's origin story is probably one of the best parts about this movie. The whole nightmare sequence, thank God they brought back that nightmare sequence, because in the 2017 version, they totally disregard what Batman vs. Superman was building up. The whole nightmare sequence of the future of Superman losing Lois and Superman turning evil, and how Darkseid will rule the planet. Pretty much, they totally disregard all of that shit, but they brought back that vision in this movie. Batman's nightmare sequence where he pretty much teams up with Deathstroke, which is really cool, Mara, Joker, Cyborg, Flash. And Flash has that apocalyptic nightmare suit that where in Batman vs. Superman, the same kind of outfit he was wearing. So it kind of makes sense because the Flash can go back in time. So he went back in time to warn Bruce in Batman vs. Superman. While this one, they're ready to fight Oh, you get what I'm saying. This is the future that Batman's seeing in his dreams. That's why they call it a nightmare sequence. And they brought back that whole scenario, which is really cool. I love it. And I don't know how Wonder Woman has 2 themes in this movie. She literally has 2 themes in this movie. It's gnarly shit, man. It's epic. So I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. One of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. It's 4 hours long, but dude, this movie's fleshed out to the point where it's a masterpiece. It's really good. I love it. And yeah, that was my quick review of Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Find out what that reason is.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It will. It has to.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right, Batman?